Hi, it's Marianne with a Free Flow Wednesday for the Crafty Maven's Getaway. Today I did a layout, fall themed layout with two photos, and one was landscape and one was portrait. So I did the old standby for me anyway. Shamel once showed, I don't know if it was a class or if it was just in one of her Glitter Girl videos. If you have a portrait and a landscape photo, that basically you line them up across the page, put a strip of paper along the bottom, and kind of fill in the spots. So that was my starting point anyway. The plaid paper and yeah, just the plaid paper I think is from Authentique. It's the Homestead collection. That red dot I don't end up using, but that was Jenny Bolin, very old. And let's see, the wood grain I think is from Pebbles from, I think it is this year. Pebbles line from whatever the fall line is from this year. And that apple cider little card is from, I think it's from the Pebbles line from last year. I don't know. I had it in my stash. I came across it and decided to use it because the page is about apple picking. And that little scrap of paper is actually an older piece of paper that was just like a leftover scrap. It has, I think, like apple pie recipe on it or something, but it was in with my fall theme things. So it fit perfectly there, so I'm going to use it. So basically the way the layout is laid out right now is the way it's going to come together. And I swapped out the Jenny Bolin polka dot for a piece of Teresa Collins from my 6x6 pad. It's red with craft dots, actually. And that other little piece of graph paper is also from Teresa Collins. I'm going to use that to journal on. And I took a sticker from the Authentique Homestead sticker sheet, and in the end I do end up using one little die cut from the Homestead collection pack. I have the collection pack from that paper line, the Homestead one. So these are the bones of my layout right there. I'm just going to ink the edges with one of my distress inks. I think it's pumice stone, I'm pretty sure. And I also pulled some washi tape because I don't want it to say apple cider, my layout. I want it to say apple picking, so I thought I would cover up the part that says cider with some washi tape, or maybe use some washi tape somewhere else on the layout. So I picked 3 rolls that I thought would work. One was a wood grain that's pretty old from Glitz that I really love, and I start to use it, but it doesn't work out. And it was very hard to cut into that black and white check paper, because the other side was just so cool, and I only had one sheet of it. But I went for it because my daughter in the picture is wearing I'm not sure if it's navy or black checkered shirt, and she wears that shirt a lot, so I just wanted to use that paper because I know if she saw the layout, she'd really appreciate it. And so this is basically the way it's going to get laid out. And then I had some border stickers also from Teresa Collins that I hadn't used yet. So I thought I would pull those out and see if one of those border stickers would work along the bottom there. And they will. So I'm just now moving things around, thinking maybe I want it one way. At first I had that apple card underneath the photo, and looking at the video again, I kind of liked it like that, but it ended up like this. That's okay. That's the way it's going to go. You know, this is actually a pretty quick layout. Nothing too exciting going on here. Just get it done. Get it scrapped. Get the memory recorded. That's what I went for today. So I'm gluing everything together, and once I get it all together, it's a little crooked, and then I try to peel it up, and my tape ripped all my paper, even though I wasn't really like moving it far. So eventually this is just the way it's going to be, and I'll trim off the other edge of the paper because it's a little, see how the plaid is peeking out a little bit. So I'll fix that up. I'm just going to do a little journaling over there. And I'm going to find one of these border stickers. Oh, I actually had used one of these already. I think I got it at Joann's a while ago. It's just, it's black, red, white, and craft colored. It matches the 6x6 pad. I'm not sure what the name of that collection is. So I'm just putting everything together after I inked all my edges. And yeah, I'm going to settle on a craft color border sticker. That's what I'm going to end up using. And I really like my Tim Holtz, the distresser, the sponge distresser tool, but I can't find the little pieces of sponge for the big square one anymore. Everything is the little round one. I have that one too, but I just prefer the bigger one. But eventually I'm going to run out of sponges. I have a few around, but the ones that I did find are a little bit smaller than the tool I have. So I'm not sure. Here I had to go run after the dog, I think, because she stole, yeah, see, she stole that piece of paper. She chewed it up. I guess that's okay. What am I going to do? She wanted the piece of paper. I had it on the floor with my stuff, and she came over and wanted it. So here I'm going to use that glitz washi tape. I really liked the way it looked. And I'm going to use these Bella Boulevard sticker letters. And they didn't stick on the washi tape. I felt like they were sticky enough on their own. If I was just sticking them to paper, I feel like they would have worked. I didn't feel like you know how thickers just like don't have any adhesive on the back? This was not that at all here. Just they're not sticking on the washi tape because it's kind of like a slick surface. So then I'm going to use my glue pen, my Zig glue pen, and see if that helps the problem. But honestly, it really doesn't. So I don't know. Nothing wants to stick to that washi tape. So I struggle, get the whole thing down, and now I've got glue on my fingers, so every time I touch the letter comes up. Just a whole struggle there. So I decide to get rid of that washi tape. It's just not going to work. So I'm going to go with this yellow stripe. It's kind of like a golden yellow stripe, and I really like that. So now I'm going to stick the letters back down. And they don't really want to stick to that either. And one layer of that washi, you can still kind of see the word underneath. So even though I'm going to put down this whole word, I'm going to rip it back up. So I'm going to take off the word, put 2 layers of the tape down, and redo the word. I think I do it off camera because it was enough already. So that's what I end up doing. I do 2 layers of the washi over there, put the sticker letters down, and also up there. See how I put 2 layers up there? Yeah, so there. I'm going to put 2 layers there and fix that. And then to finish off the page, I did a little journaling. I added some buttons and some wood veneer, some heart wood veneer. And also there was like a little odd space right by the apple, kind of. So I needed to fill that up. So I am going to go back to the wood grain washi, the old glitz one. And I'm going to put a little piece there. And I'm going to use that little die cut that came with the Authentique Homestead collection. And that I think I'm going to ink the edges and pop it up a little bit with some Scotch foam tape. It was just a little too flat over there. I'm just looking through my wood veneer. I have a ton of wood veneer. I stopped using it, and I really just want to get some back on there. So I kind of went old school, for me anyway, with the embellishments. I haven't used buttons and wood veneer in a while. So that's the whole thing. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.